All right, guys, our first topic for the day is Granblue Fantasy Relink. It's a game that got announced in 2016 and was supposed to come out last year, got delayed to February of this year. So
at least there's just one delay.
Here. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm sure there's more, I think.
Yeah.
It took a long time.
What is this game?
This game is a grand adventure in the skies awaits. I'm reading this from Steam. From a party of four, from a diverse roster of skyfarers, and slash and shoot or hex your way to victory against the treacherous foes in this action RPG. Take on quests solo or with help from others in up to 4-player co-op play.
Nice.
Wait a minute. This game's 4-player co-op and you haven't brought us in on this thing?
He talked to us about it last day.
So offended.
I know.
So offended.
I didn't want you playing with me.
That's fine. It's fine.
We're
It's
playing
understandable.
together, actually.
Oh,
We
wow.
excluded you.
No wonder y'all aren't playing Helldivers with me.
I know. I said, screw you, divers. Diving, and we're skyfarers now.
Skyfarer.
Okay. Tell me more.
So this is a JRPG that apparently has some other games that came out before it, and apparently they were on the mobile. They were a mobile app or a mobile game.
I thought this was a mobile game at first, to be honest.
Well, there were in future games were or earlier games were that. Now this is this, and this has been long awaited. This has been blowing up on the internet for people who are into JRPGs. Been highly anticipated. It's been getting like 8+ across the board everywhere I look. I'm surprised. I mentioned earlier that I found this game when I was doing some research for Suicide Squad, and I was like, why is there like over 100,000 people playing this game right now? So I jumped into it, and it kind of seemed like my kind of game, going off of Final Fantasy 16, which has been pretty fun.
Yeah.
Is very similar to that play style in most ways, with some different differentiations in gameplay. But for the most part, I've been having fun. The stories, like most anime stories, it's really over the top.
Yeah.
You're the captain. Like at the beginning of the game, you get to choose if you're male or female. You're a captain of these skyfarers that have flying ships, and the world that you're in is up in the sky with floating islands with different there's like fields where people kind of live and I guess farm and stuff, and then you have like an ice world, and you have a fire world, and you have a sand biomes. That's what I'm looking for. Different biomes.
Okay.
You have a desert area, and so the story is just you have this companion with you, and you're linked together, and she gets taken by these enemy people who are trying to, I guess they're gathering all these evil beasts that you are looking for, and they're going to do something crazy with them, and your journey is to find your friend and get her back and kill the bad guy, which I feel like is pretty standard.
Yeah.
For anime. Big bad wants to do this big bad thing, and you gotta stop the big bad.
Them freaking big bads.
I know.
So do you like the story?
You know, for something that's like anime based, it's fine. And I think it works well with like the combat and the world. I mean, it has this like kind of cel shaded, very anime-esque, clean look across the board with the visuals and colors. Everything's popped. The colors make everything pop, and I've been enjoying it so far. I think with all of that, it's just like, yeah, the story's like not, AAA or like, like God of War. Yeah. But for the most part, I mean, it works. It works. Like for me, overall, this game's like a good palate cleanser from other games we've been playing.
Yeah.
So I've enjoyed it, and it's just one of those games that I like pop on, pop off. I don't spend a lot of time in one session when I'm playing this.
Is it very linear?
Yeah, it's very linear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no open world or anything like that. Just like
there's open areas.
Paths. Yeah.
Yeah, but mostly it's like they're forcing you from point A to point B with like objectives along the way.
Yeah.
And then you can go off the beaten path, which is very like small, kind of like a Final Fantasy 16.
Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, and you find like
about to say.
potions and stuff like that.
Or even like God of War, where it's like you walk off this little like edge or whatever. And
yeah, and you find something interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, for the most part, yeah, it's like that. And it works. I mean, like I said, I'm not playing this game to be like super involved like God of War or like Skyrim or anything. But
how's the RPG element with this compared to like the newest one of Final Fantasy 16? Like that one to me for Final Fantasy felt very like laid back. compared to the other ones that I played? Is this
Yes.
one more?
Technically, now the newest one is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Just saying. So.
Fair enough. No, that one is very laid back compared to this one.
Compared to this one, okay.
I feel like I don't want to say things were dumbed down in that one, but pulled back is a good word for it. While this one, like if you look in the skill tree for Final Fantasy 16, you have like a few circles that have like abilities that you can upgrade and stuff.
Yeah.
And this one is a huge, long list
Interesting.
of skills that kind of branch off.
Yeah.
There's a linear path for the skill tree, but at certain points they'll branch off into like 2 or 3 or 4, but they always converge back to like a simplified. You're just going straight down the bracket, and you also unlock different skills along the way. You have a total of 4 skills that have cooldowns, and you have a skill tree for your attacks, and you have a skill tree for your defense. And it shows you the percentage at the top. So as you defeat enemies and complete missions and complete quests and advance in the story, you start getting XP to use. And each of the skills in the skill tree, or little nodes in the skill tree, costs like 1 to 5, and I guess it just keeps increasing as you go down. And it gets really complicated because there's a crap ton of skills that you start unlocking, and every little thing that you unlock also gives you like a little buff to like attack or defense, or you can get stunned, so it lowers your stun meter, so you're not stunned for you're stunned for shorter periods of time. And each character has that, and you have a total of 5 extra characters that go along with you, which are like the main characters. And then you have a party, so you can switch them in and out. But then as you progress with the story and with quests, like you want to keep swapping them out so you can get more XP and then spend those on those characters. And it's a lot of like revolving stuff here. And it could get a little repetitive, but the other good thing about this game, it doesn't overstay its welcome. Like the story is only 10 hours. You're always moving from one biome to the next pretty quickly. For anime stories like things happen pretty quick, and it's just like, okay, my friend's captured. Now I have to go get them. Well, now I'm fighting like a boss, and now I beat the boss. So now I have to, I'm chasing these people. Like there's just like this continuous momentum, which I enjoy about this game. Other games might overstay their welcome and make you do all these extra stuff, and the story kind of gets sidelined for a little bit to make you, just to like pad the playtime a little bit. But after you beat this, which I haven't beat it just yet, I'm really close to the end. It opens up for in-game, which there is like a quest board that you can go to, and as you complete missions in the story, like you can go back to these places and do like these little mini runs that allow you to like kill this boss or kill X amount of people and this amount before the timer runs out or something like that. So
yeah,
that is okay to me, but you get items to help upgrade stuff. So there's just like kind of push and pull, like how powerful do you want to be? And I think that's the whole point of the end game, is that you can get more and more powerful. Plus you have the skill tree, which seems to never frickin' end. So that might be your jam, where you just want to just keep upgrading and keep moving forward and getting more powerful and going back and redoing these challenge areas and these bosses and making them harder and harder, because each challenge, they have different ranks. And the more, like, I think there's like 5 or 6 ranks. So depending on how much XP you get from and the objectives you complete from the quest, it allows you to get more and more stuff. So that some people like that challenge, like, ooh, I want to like 100% everything. So you want to go back and try new characters. And there's also an extra, I think, 12 characters you can get along the way by getting crewmate cards that you get from completing the story and doing other missions and stuff. So there's
I like the
kind of a lot to it. Oh yeah,
it looks good.
It does look good.
Can you swap between the 4 characters that are, well, the other 3 characters that are with you?
I believe only multiplayer.
Only multiplayer.
You can decide.
If a multiplayer jumps in, they play as one of the other characters.
Yes, but I think you can swap, like, because when you're playing the story, you have to be the captain.
You have to be the captain.
Yeah. So which is male or female.
So unlike Final Fantasy, the remake, you can't swap between the characters, and like during combat scenarios.
You can't do that.
Okay.
So, which kind of sucks, but I mean, for the most part, the story is moving so quick that
Yeah.
it's fine for me.
Does each character have their own skill tree?
Yes.
I think you mentioned that,
Yeah,
right?
each character has their own skill tree.
Is it as massive as?
Yes.
Oh my Lanta.
So you have the five main characters, the five
Too
main
much.
characters plus you plus 12 extra.
Because Dragon Ball Z Kakarot did that, where you had, but they had a whole roster of the Z fighters that you can upgrade, and you don't play as them. You have them as like side characters, like they're doing. You can't play as them, but you have them as side characters, and they had like a massive skill tree along with your main characters that you can play, and their skill tree was even bigger. And I'm like, oh man, this is a lot, Okay.
That might be padding, honestly, overall, because I don't think there's any way for you to complete. Well, I mean, there's
Like
a way to
fully-
complete the skill
yeah.
tree, but you would have to put a lot of time and play a lot of things
into
over
it.
and over again. I feel like, and I don't know if I would want to do that.
Yeah, I get Final Fantasy vibe from this, and also like Breath of the Wild. I think just mostly because of the artwork.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild too.
The
Yeah.
artwork's phenomenal.
Well, and then the
I
idea of
love it.
the
No, it's beautiful.
air,
beautiful.
sky stuff too with
Yeah.
the new one.
What I really like about it, from just looking at it, I want to get this game, and I see that it's on PlayStation because we're watching gameplay where the guy's getting trophies from it.
Yep.
What's the price range on this game? For
It's $60.
$60.
Yeah.
12-hour story.
Well, okay, so technically it's 20 hours, but 10 to 12 for the main game, and then you have the in-game stuff.
Is there many side quests that you can find along the way, or is it kind of mostly
So when you go,
focused mainline?
there are towns, and right now I've only gotten to 2 towns. There's like the beginning town, and I guess the halfway point town.
Okay.
And there you can get quests from people in the town.
Yeah.
And then you go to the quest giver, and that's when you do these like little like mini side quests.
Does it not feel repetitive?
It does.
Okay.
But I think for me, as you become more powerful and get more abilities, like you want to try out new things so you can
Yeah.
make things feel fresh. But it is just like Final Fantasy 16, like you were saying. Like it's just kind of a button masher. But I feel like there are more things to take account of in combat than in Final Fantasy. In this one, you have your normal attack and then you have your power strike. And so you can create different combos by doing different combinations of
Yeah.
your normal attack and your power strike. But then you have your skills that you can use to, I have one that does like a multiple slash thing on somebody, but I have to time it because the enemies could be there and then they jump away. So they don't get the full effect of my attack. I also have a buff that everyone in my party gets a small attack boost. So I can put that on. Everybody has their ultimate, and so as everyone progresses their ultimate by charging it up and by attacking enemies, you guys can link it together one by one. So say you're doing a boss. Yeah. Say you're doing a boss. You're fighting a boss, and everyone has their charge. Well, sometimes the other characters will go ahead and start their linked power attacks, and so you can do yours at any time if it's available. Usually yours isn't fully charged and someone else does it. They start giving you a boost to charge yours up faster. And so you could put your, extra boost to attack on and then they all release their attacks. And it does this massive attack bonus. And then at the very end, you have, if all 4 characters plus you do it, or 3 characters plus you do it, you get this mega super attack at the end.
I saw that one ago, yeah.
So there's like all these things that you take into account and trying to like manage and find the best way to attack the situation because some opponents are harder than others. Some characters have like a lot of health, obviously, and other characters have like shields. So like you have to run behind them to try to like to like break their break their stance. Yeah. So there's a lot of that. I find that interesting because each character is different. And then you have these other god beasts that you have to go and attack. And this last one was like a lava lizard dragon, and it was intense because he was throwing lava waves at you. And if you got caught in his little like downward thrust explosion thing, like it would knock me out immediately.
Okay.
So you get to the point where you get to areas where you can't move forward because the bosses are so hard. So they allow you to go back to the town and do quests to help upgrade
and level up.
upgrade your weapons. There are like little slots that you can put to like increase your attack power. like buffs in just about every area you can think of, and so there is quite a bit.
I mean, it looks fun. It looks like exciting, but I feel like I'll fall into the same category that I felt with Final Fantasy 16. It was beautiful, stunning, fun gameplay, all that, but it just felt repetitive. Like I'm running down this linear path. I'm running into some enemies. I fight them, and I keep going. You know what I mean? It just felt that way. This game, I feel like it's going to be the same way, but I just noticed, because we're watching gameplay once again, that there's decisions that you can make.
Yeah, but they're not really anything. You get two choices, and they're both basically saying the same thing in a different way. So it's like, oh, you have some agency, but I just accept the first one. I'm like, okay, whatever.
I like the fact that it's multiplayer. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm like intrigued. You know, I love the artwork of it. It's just like,
no, it's great.
It's like that Breath of the Wild style, but also like an anime TV show or movie that I'm watching. It's really cool looking.
Yeah, it's fun. But I mean, it's not, I don't think it's gonna last. It's one of those games like it's good. It's good now. I mean, there's still a lot of people playing it, like over 65,000 in the last 24 hours. I think.
I feel
which
like
is impressive.
Have been $60 though.
Yeah,
I think 40, maybe 35. You know?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but it looks beautiful. It looks like their sequel probably be phenomenal if they come
out
with
so.
a second one.
Yeah,
but I am actually intrigued. I'm going to look into this more because like it looks fun.
It's in a good spot to have a sequel and hopefully open up the world a little bit.
Yeah,
like I appreciate what it has, but it would be nice to have a bigger story, and there's some good moments, and they do some good things with some of the main character, the main companions, but a lot of them just are like kind of just there. Like they offer good witty humor and say certain things at certain times, but not a lot of them have like a story arc. You do have these like character specific quests.
Look at that. That looks beautiful.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Definitely has Final Fantasy 16 style physics looking stuff.
They have these like character specific quests, but there aren't quests like in a lot of these like Starfield, you would go, not even Starfield, what is a good one? Mass Effect, you could go and do quests for your characters so they could be the best that they could be.
Yeah.
To help you complete the story and you get to like dive into the background stuff. Well, they have something like this, but it's more of just a story, like they just read text to you. Yeah. And it's like, okay, that's cool if you want to sit there and do that. I mean, they do give you buffs for completing these things, so it does help the characters, so it's not like just for nothing. But I'm just like, it wasn't my thing.
I just can't get over it. It just like it looks good.
Yeah, no, it looks great. I mean, it might be worth waiting till,
price drop.
Yeah, like Black Friday. I'm sure they'll have a
for
sale.
the multiplayer, because you're playing on PC, right?
I am.
Is there crossplay?
Not between PlayStation and PC. No.
Damn. This is a game I would play on PlayStation.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But it is something that, because it's not on just Switch, like I bet you'll see some price drops at some point.
Yeah,
which is good.
I mean, they might have crossplay at some point. Who knows?
Do you think since we're saying about the price point, do you think $60 is reasonable for this game? Because that's 60, not 70, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it was a little, I did not say 70.
Okay.
If it was cheaper, I think it would. I mean, for me, it would be great if it was cheaper.
Well, yeah, of course, but like after playing it for how long you play, you're playing it and putting time into it. Do you think that's a reasonable price for this game?
I would say 50.
50?
Yeah, I mean, because there's still things left to be desired. I don't think it should be 40.
No, 50 is a reasonable.
I
would pay 50 for this.
Yeah, and I played it on PC, so it's like usually it should be a little cheaper.
And you haven't beaten the game yet.
I have not. I think I'm really close now.
Okay.
So I don't know the exact hours I have been, but I have been putting in a good amount of hours.
I'm really enjoying this. I don't know why. It's just fucking eye porn right now.
No, that's what it is. It is eye porn.
It's fucking really cool.
Yeah. Now you can get into the combat a lot. But yeah, then it gets a lot, like, it does get kind of samey.
Yeah.
But as long as you're progressing well enough and you're upgrading and stuff, like, you start fighting these monsters, and you're like, all right, I feel like I can take the next one pretty good.
I guess every porn's eye porn, right?
That's
kind of a weird statement. I'm sorry.
No, that's the exact thought I had too. Yeah, there are some cool things called you have like link attacks. So when there's a friendly companion attacking someone at the same time, like there's a small window where you can go in and attack. So you do like boosted damage. And then you have this other, like, there's this link gauge. So I guess I haven't really figured that part out. But I think as long as y'all are like all attacking the same enemy around the same time, it starts building. It starts building up this link gauge. So I guess when you dodge, it creates this slowdown effect that allows you to go in there and just really kind of hammer away. So you have all these abilities that really kind of help you in the combat, especially when it's like a tough enemy and you just figure out when to really utilize it all.
So my next question, I notice he's dodging a lot and all that jazz. Is there a parrying system?
There's no parrying. There's only dodge. But when you do dodge, oh wait, no, there is a guard. Sorry,
there is a guard.
Yeah, there is a guard.
Okay.
So, but
I don't.
It's L1. I don't usually use it.
Yeah, this guy's not using it at all. He's just like all over the place, which is cool.
I'd use it a few times, but I usually just dodge. And if you dodge perfectly, you become invulnerable for a short time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I think you get like a small speed boost. Where you can jump back in and just start attacking. But yeah, I appreciate it.
How do you feel about your teammates as AIs going in?
They're fine.
They like the guy went down as we're watching gameplay. The guy went down and like 2 of his AI guys went over there to revive him like that.
Yeah, no, they do that real fast. Yeah,
they're fast. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's nice.
Yep.
I think my best like experience dealing with like a AI companion was BioShock Infinite, because Elizabeth was on top of her shit, finding shit for me all the time. Throwing it to me and giving me like.
No, they really. I heard someone talk about that. Elizabeth as the companion and how that actually made her so likable.
So likable, fucking.
She was great.
Yeah.
Does this game feel like it was came from a mobile first space, or does it feel like a good solid console PC?
If I didn't know, I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
but now that I know that, I see it.
Yeah,
and I was just in awe by like how well the animes and there's even an anime of this apparently.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I haven't seen it either.
With the subtitle stuff, are they actually talking, or is it just all?
No, it's fully voice acting.
Oh, thank God!
I know.
I do not like that.
So they have cutscenes where they have this. Yeah. They have this box with dialogue, but then they have cutscenes, which is just normal cutscenes with no box. So I'm like,
how is the dialogue? Does it feel pretty authentic with it?
I mean, it's anime.
Okay.
Anime.
It's all dubbed.
You could tell it's translated a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, for the most part, yeah. The mouths are like fine.
Yeah.
But I think some things are translated kind of weird.
Because what sucks about the animation and stuff like that, you don't feel the emotion as much when they're talking through it. Like, especially like, let's say this guy is screaming at someone and his mouth is just moving. That's what I feel like with a lot of this style of gameplay. I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't feel authentic enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's interesting seeing a mobile game come into a console space. It's kind of cool that it's done so well, considering that.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And there's no like store. Like
good.
There's no store.
I'm just shocked. They're not trying to
like you could buy
take my money.
You could buy some DLC stuff, but it's like hounding you. It's not like, hey, buy this BS right now.
There you go. That's what we like to see.
I know.
Maybe I should just buy this game
just to support it. Yeah.
Just to support it.
Well, this is apparently the best JRPG of the year so far. It might be the best. Well, I don't know. Resident Evil. I mean,
Final Fantasy 7.
Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth just launched recently. So
yeah, it's getting good reviews too.
We'll
so
no,
it's what?
No. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Wait,
Tifa in her bathing suit. I'm fucking dude.
Should have bought it yesterday.
I know we're talking about Granblue, but I did play Final Fantasy 7's demo a little bit because I haven't played. That world's big though, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm a little overwhelmed. I don't know if I can play this game.
I don't know if I want to play that game.
I don't either.
I'm scared to
I'm
play
doing
it.
it. Fine, I'll review it.
Yeah, you should. You should.
Don't pull my string.
I heard it's good, but I just heard it's like you can tell it's like a in between, So it's like you got to kind of expect that when you go into it. But they said that the game is really solid.
Their first remake was just a little bit of what the actual game was.
Well, people talked about like remake though, even as a standalone game, like had a great like arc from like first beginning to the end, and it like completed itself. Whereas this one like clearly is like doesn't. like complete itself, and it kind of ends like in a weird. Not to derail the Final Fantasy, but that's just like what I've been hearing and stuff like that. So
I feel like y'all should get it. I don't think you should like. It's one of those games that.
Yeah, I know. I'm probably.
I mean, I want to wait. This one or Final Fantasy?
No, Final Fantasy 7. Yeah.
I want to get it, but I'm just like afraid because it's so big, man. It's already out.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just came out
Last Friday.
I mean, as an open world fans, like it's got a lot of good shit. Yeah, I mean, like there's a lot of shit to. Every review I've listened to has been like, and there's also a fucking card game in there that apparently is like going against Balatro. Like it's like to that level
Did you
of
see
goodness,
the
you know?
piano skits?
No,
because Cloud can play a piano. People are playing like actual fucking songs with
I played that. It is hard.
Yeah, people are actually like playing like no shit like
I'm not
Lady Gaga
surprised.
songs on it and all this other shit. It's crazy.
if you give them the tools, they'll make something happen. You know.
I might need. Well, I didn't beat the first one. I was on the final level and I stopped playing because COVID lifted.
I'll probably like find a recap video
I
online.
probably could. I don't know.
Well, it's interesting how different they are too, because the first one apparently I think was like very much more linear, like remake was or whatever, and this one is like straight up like massive ass open world.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
Like it is just one giant ass open world.
Kind of like God of War 2018.
Yeah.
There's still open areas you can go to, and then you had God of War Ragnarok, which was just like they expanded it a little bit more. So did they expand it a little bit more?
No, this is like Horizon Forbidden West.
Okay, all right, let's get
This is like
let's get back to
this is like Ghost of Tsushima. Okay, yeah. We should talk
Overall,
about that.
I think it's a great palate cleanser, at least for me. It's something I'd recommend if you have some. If you need to kill some time, you want to play a game, something cool, something interesting, something refreshing. Like this is the game, in my opinion. I'm sure if you love JRPGs, you'll probably just like you'll have to get this. I think.
I mean, it looks phenomenal.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying what I'm seeing.
Not complicated at all. I think the systems are easy to get your hand understand and get into it.
So, I mean, is it mostly like because I'm looking at all the buttons here? You got like attack, you got the blade at the top, which I don't know what that is. Is that like your special attack?
So
and you got jump.
For her, it looks like she has like I haven't played this
level.
I haven't played this person. I'm usually Gran, which is I guess that's the guy. I'm usually the captain, and this is the actual captain. So. But yeah, you can go in and you have two attacks. You have a normal attack, you have your power attack, you have your skills,
your parry and your dodge, and then skills. Okay, cool. Yeah, looks good.
Yeah,
cool beans.
So I don't know if it'll be game of the year, but it's definitely one of the. It's a fun game to play this year.
Yeah, it's something to keep your eye on.
Yeah,
it's so interesting. This game, like you said, you've been seeing it a lot. The reviews on it are freaking awesome.
I know.
And like it's getting a lot of sales, but I somehow haven't heard much about it, which I find to be weird.
I heard nothing about it until I saw it on the Steam charts, and I was like,
it's crazy.
I need something to play.
It's fascinating.
So yeah.
Love it though.
Worth it.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, I hate that I ask this a lot, but it kind of helps me like kind of figure out kind of where you're sitting. What would you give it right now?
Probably give it an 8.
Don't put stuff in his head, man.
I mean, if I'm going to go off of like things I normally like to play, I'd probably give it like a 7.8.
Ooh, that's close.
Okay.
Like it's fun to play. It's definitely like something I'll complete. But like I said, like this is a good palate cleanser for me. So
that's a good review.
Like if Final Fantasy Rebirth was out, I'd be playing that instead of this.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm about to.
Yeah.
But I got this to play at the station when I'm not going to take my PlayStation with me.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's good to just jump in, have some fun, get out, call it a day.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
There you
I
go.
like it.
That's decent.
Cool. Granblue Fantasy Relink available on what else? All is it
PC,
on?
Well, it's on PlayStation.
PlayStation 5, and I think it's actually on PlayStation 4 as well.
Cool.
And it's $60. Maybe that's too much, but I think a lot of people apparently hype. This game's been hyped. So
I can tell you what, if there's a price drop and I have nothing else to play, I will fucking buy this game.
Yeah.
Hands down. $40. Yeah. But yeah.
Done, son.
Because I'm not big on JRPG, so
I'm not either, actually. But hey,
yeah.
it's a good game.
You're definitely the most JRPG amongst this crew right here, which is
pretty
good.
much.
So
Somehow I have been recently. Like,
yeah.
just jumping
I
into
thought
it. Like,
you were super into it for some odd reason. I don't know why.
no, I mean I appreciate
look like
them.
that
I
guy.
appreciate the way they look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they always look fantastic. But I think just the combat initially, like back in the day, I liked more FPS.
Yeah.
And more American, like GTA stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I really enjoyed.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Destiny 1.
Like Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
That's it. We're out.